Whether it's for fitness, sports, or business, becoming self-disciplined has never been so important. Our top tips will help you develop the discipline you need to be successful. In this video, we will discuss tips on being self-disciplined and what steps to take to be self-disciplined. We hope this article can be useful for all of you. It's very easy to become lazy. If you aren't careful, laziness can be a big problem for you. Being a lazy person is a serious mistake, and it will have negative consequences for you in your life. The most important thing you can do to stay disciplined is to make sure you follow your plan and make time for the activities you need to do. You should work out, eat right, and make time for hobbies and interests that you enjoy. If you try to accomplish all these tasks at once, you will not be able to stick to your plan. This will only result in frustration and failure. The only way to avoid this is to focus on one task at a time. Many people don't seem to have much self-discipline. They often procrastinate. If you are one of those people, then you probably think that being self-disciplined is difficult. That's true. You need to put in a lot of effort if you want to become self-disciplined. One of the best ways to be self-disciplined is to make a plan. Make a list of your goals and your reasons for achieving your goals. Write your goals down in detail. This will help you to remember your goals and stick with them. If you think that you can't achieve your goals, think again. It may seem like you can't achieve them, but you can. Being self-disciplined is a must. If you don't work hard on your goals, you won't get anywhere. A great deal of effort and time is required to achieve your goals. When you set your goals, you should make a plan. There are many tips you can use to be self-disciplined. You should try to be self-disciplined with regard to time management. If you don't manage your time well, you may end up feeling stressed and overwhelmed. So, make sure you have the right time management techniques. Time management techniques will help you to be successful. When you have a goal, you need to make sure that you stay motivated. The most important thing to remember is to focus on your short-term goals. If you want to be successful, you need to know what you need to do. You can't just sit down and expect everything to happen. There is only one way to be successful, and that is by doing something. Make a plan and be prepared. Don't worry about how much you will earn. Be focused on what you need to do. The more money you earn, the more money you have to put aside to invest. If you don't make a plan, you might end up going to college or even a business school to earn more money. You can't afford to do that when you still have to pay back your student loans. Start planning now before you get into too much debt. Your future is at stake. You need to make the right decisions and plan for the long term. If you don't, you won't be successful. Don't overthink it. If you want to be successful, you need to focus on your short-term goals. Think about the things that you need to do. Take a look at your calendar and your schedule. Find out what you need to do in order to be successful. You may need to plan ahead. It's important to set goals. You can't just go somewhere and expect to accomplish something. Make a plan and stick to it. Sometimes we set our goals too high. We think that we will accomplish a lot of things in a short period of time. This is a bad idea. We need to take care of our family and our home first. You need to make sure that your home is clean, that your children are happy, and that your partner is satisfied. You need to make sure that you are working hard at your job to afford to provide for your family. If you think you can accomplish a lot of things in a short period of time, you are probably going to fail. Don't give up hope. Keep working until you achieve your goals. You need to work hard and concentrate on short-term goals. When you set your goals, it is important to do what you need to do. This will help you accomplish your goals. Before you set your goals, you should ask yourself what you need to do. Make sure that you can actually do all the things you want to do. It is a good idea to put together a plan that includes your goals and what you need to do. Self-discipline is important to success in our lives. We are always doing something. When we do many things at once, focusing on just one thing at a time becomes difficult. This makes us lose concentration, and thus we end up failing. So how to become successful? To achieve anything in life, we must first learn to control ourselves. If we want to build a strong foundation for our future, we must start controlling ourselves now. There are many things that we can do to improve our self-discipline. Here are some tips on how to be disciplined. 1. Set goals. Goals help us to know where we are heading. They motivate us to work harder towards reaching the goal. Setting goals helps us to understand what we want in life, and it gives us direction and purpose. 2. Do not procrastinate. Procrastination is the biggest enemy of self-discipline. It keeps us busy without accomplishing anything. Avoiding tasks and delaying decisions cause us to miss out on opportunities. Make sure to set aside enough time each day to complete your daily tasks. 3. Learn to say no. Saying yes to everything is easy, but saying no is hard. But there is nothing wrong with saying no. You don't have to agree to everything. Say no to those activities that take away your precious time. 4. Be consistent. Consistency is very essential in self-discipline. In every activity, we must make sure that we stick to it consistently. For example, if we want to eat healthy food, we must make sure to cook healthy meals every day. 5. Take small steps. Small steps lead to big changes. Start small and gradually increase the size of your step. Once you reach a certain level, you can move ahead with bigger steps. 6. Reward yourself. Rewards are necessary to keep us motivated. A reward motivates us to strive harder to achieve our goals. Rewards can be anything like buying a new pair of shoes, taking a vacation, etc. Self-control assessment. The stop signal task is a simple test that measures self-control. In it, people are asked to press a button whenever they see a red circle but refrain from pressing the button when they see a green one. The idea behind the task is that people who fail to inhibit their actions when seeing the green circle are likely to act impulsively later on. In our research, we tested whether there is a link between self-control and depression. We found that people who failed to inhibit their impulses showed signs of depression. These findings suggest that self-control plays an important role in mental health. How to improve self-control? Self-control is one of those things we all know we should do better, but it's hard to find the motivation to make changes. In fact, research suggests that most people are actually worse at controlling themselves than you might think. So how can we improve our self-control? Here are some tips. 1. Make a plan. 2. Don't overthink it. 3. Focus on short-term rewards. 4. Be aware of your triggers. 5. Keep track of your progress. 6. Reward yourself. Plan ahead. A study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that people are less likely to buy items when they don't plan. Focus ahead. Researchers asked participants to complete a shopping task where they had to choose among 4 different types of snacks. They were given $20 and told they could spend it however they wanted. But half of the participants were instructed to think about what they'd want to eat later that day. At the same time, the others were simply asked to make quick decisions without thinking too much. Afterward, researchers gave each participant another $10 and asked them to pick one snack item. Those who planned ahead spent almost twice as much money on their chosen snack compared to those who didn't plan ahead. The findings suggest that we're often more likely to do things that aren't good for us because we haven't thought about our long-term goals. A lot of people are trying to do too much at once. They try to set multiple goals at once. This is often counterproductive. Start with simple small tasks and actions. If you want to achieve something big, start with small steps. You might think that you need to take massive action to make a change, but it doesn't work like that. If you're trying to lose weight, don't try to eat less food or exercise every day. Instead, focus on making one healthy choice each week. Pick up a book about nutrition or fitness and read it cover to cover. Then, commit yourself to do 5 things differently next week. This incremental approach will help you build momentum. You'll find that once you've completed one task, you'll feel motivated to do another. And soon enough, you'll notice that you are losing weight and feeling better. When you set out to accomplish a goal, it helps to break down the process into smaller steps. For example, if you want to write a book, you could decide to write 500 words per day. Or you could choose to spend 30 minutes writing each morning. These small steps will give you the confidence needed to keep moving forward. When you make a goal, write down exactly what you plan to do every single step along the way. Then, break down each part into smaller steps. For example, I'll go grocery shopping tomorrow. You might take one small step today, like I'll buy milk. Another step could be, I'll stop by the store on my way home. And another step could be, I'm going to pick up some bread. Each step is important, and each step helps you move closer to achieving your goal. Start off with something simple and build your routine gradually. If you start out too ambitious, you won't stick with it. Instead, start with something easy and build up slowly. For example, maybe you can start with buying groceries once weekly. Or perhaps you can start with running errands once a month. Once you've established a routine, you can add more things to your list. Once you have a solid routine, you will feel more confident, more relaxed, and less stressed. Your mind becomes clearer, and you feel more energized. You'll be able to focus better, think more clearly, and remember things easier. All of this leads to being happier, healthier, and more successful. There are some common questions about self-control. 1. How can we improve our self-control? Self-control is the ability to control your own impulses and emotions. It's not easy to control your emotions all the time. You can learn to control your emotions by practicing meditation. 2. What is the difference between self-control and willpower? Self-control is the ability to control your own impulses and emotions. Willpower is the mental ability to keep yourself from doing things that you know are wrong. 3. What is the best way to increase your self-control? The best way to increase your self-control is to practice meditation. 4. What is the worst thing that can happen to us if we lack self-control? The worst thing that can happen to you if you lack self-control is that you'll make bad decisions. 5. What is the best way to strengthen our willpower? The best way to strengthen your willpower is to practice meditation. 6. What is the difference between self-discipline and self-control? Self-discipline is the ability to do what you want, even when you don't want to do it. Self-control is the ability to control your own impulses and emotions. 7. What are some ways that we can improve our self-control? There are many ways that we can improve our self-control. 8. What is the difference between self-discipline and willpower? Self-discipline is the ability to do what you want, even when you don't want to do it. Willpower is the mental ability to keep yourself from doing things that you know are wrong. Temptation. Self-control is limited. Don't let yourself waste it on things you don't want to do. If you can distract yourself from doing what you know you shouldn't be doing, you'll be able to avoid wasting self-control on those things. You might think that distractions are good because they keep you busy. But the truth is that distracting yourself from doing what you don't really want to do doesn't actually work. Instead, find a healthy distraction to help distract you from temptation. When you feel like giving into a craving, ask yourself if it's worth it. Is it worth losing control over yourself? Will it lead to a better outcome? Time management. We all have 24 hours in each day, but how many hours do we really spend being productive? In fact, most of us waste over half of our time doing things that aren't important. This is known as time mismanagement, and it happens because we fail to manage our time effectively. In his book The Power of Full Engagement, author Jim Loher explains that there are 3 types of time management strategies: planning, organizing, and executing. Planning involves creating goals, priorities, and schedules. Organizing includes tasks, projects, and responsibilities. Executing involves completing activities. Planning, organizing, and executing are all part of what Jim calls full engagement. If you focus on one type of strategy without the others, you won't be fully engaged. You'll end up wasting lots of time and accomplishing little. So how much time do we waste? A recent study found that Americans spend nearly 4 hours daily on social media alone. That's almost 40 hours per week. According to the American Psychological Association, the average person spends about 25% of their time working, 20% commuting, 15% eating, 10% sleeping, 5% exercising, and 4% watching TV. So, you could say that 75% of our time is spent on non-productive activities. If you think about it, this makes sense. When we wake up in the morning, we have no idea where we're supposed to go, what we're supposed to do, or even what we're going to eat for breakfast. So, we start off with low energy levels and procrastinate on getting anything done. This leads to another problem. We often feel like we don't have enough time. But, according to research, we have the same amount of time every day. This means that we simply choose to use less of it. Power of mindfulness. Meditation is well documented. A recent study found that it could even help you lose weight. But what exactly does mindfulness meditation do? And how can you start meditating? Here are some tips for beginners. What is mindfulness meditation? Mindfulness meditation is a type of Buddhist practice that helps you become aware of yourself and your thoughts. You focus on the present moment without judgment and learn to accept things as they are. In essence, mindfulness meditation teaches you to live in the now. How does mindfulness work? When you're mindful, you're able to observe your emotions and impulses without reacting to them. This allows you to better understand why you feel the way you do and gives you the opportunity to change negative behaviors. Why should I meditate? There's no doubt that practicing mindfulness meditation regularly can make you happier, healthier, and calmer. Studies show that it improves attention, memory, and stress management. Plus, it can increase your sense of empathy and compassion towards others. Gratitude. Gratitude helps us appreciate things we already have. We are grateful for our family, friends, food, shelter, and the ability to breathe. But sometimes, we forget to express our appreciation for those things. If we do, we feel better about ourselves and life. 2. Gratitude improves mental health and emotional well-being. Research suggests that people who practice gratitude report lower stress and anxiety levels, greater happiness, improved sleep quality, and increased physical health. 3. Gratitude moves away from wanting more and towards having enough. People who are grateful tend to focus less on material possessions and more on relationships. They are more likely to give to others and help others out. 4. Write down what you are thankful for every day. Write down what you are grateful for each day. You might find that doing so makes you happier and healthier. Forgiveness. Forgiving others will help you develop strong relationships and improve your self-discipline. But it takes practice. Here are some tips on how to start letting go of anger and resentment. Regular physical exercise. Regular physical exercise helps improve self-control. Studies show that people who are physically active tend to perform better on tests of self-control than those who aren't. And the benefits of regular exercise go beyond improving one's health. A study published in the Journal of Health Psychology found that exercising regularly increases self-control. In fact, the researchers found that people who exercised 3 times per week performed better on tests of self-control than people who didn't exercise at all. The study involved over 300 participants, most of whom were college students. Each participant completed a survey about his or her habits, including whether he or she had engaged in moderate exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes each session. Then, the participants took a test of self-control. They were asked to refrain from eating chocolate cake while watching a video clip featuring a person eating chocolate cake. Afterward, the participants rated themselves on how well they resisted the urge to eat the cake. Those who reported engaging in moderate exercise 3 times weekly scored higher on the self-control test than those who hadn't exercised at all. This isn't the first research to find that exercise boosts self-control. Another study published in Psychological Science found that people who walked briskly for 20 minutes performed better on a test of self-regulation than people who sat around doing nothing. This suggests that simply getting up and moving around can help us overcome temptations. Eat healthily. Eating healthy helps you feel better. It gives you more energy and makes you look great. In addition, planning your meals will make sure you don't eat junk foods and give you more energy during the day. And fast food is not good for anyone. But what about those delicious burgers and fries? They are tasty and easy to grab, but they are definitely not healthy. You can still enjoy them, but just try to limit yourself to 1 meal per week. 1. Set goals. In order to set goals, you need to know what you want to accomplish. Setting goals can be easy, but it's hard to achieve them. So, how do you know what to set as a goal? If you're looking for something specific, that's your goal. For example, if you want to lose weight, then your goal would be to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. If you're looking for something general, then you should set a long-term goal. If you want to be happy, then your goal might be to be happier in 1 year. But if you're not sure what you want, then you should set a goal that you can work on over time. For example, if you want to learn how to play guitar, you could set a goal to play for 10 minutes daily. The goal is to help you stay motivated. 2. Do not procrastinate. Procrastination is the biggest enemy of success. It's the reason why so many people fail. They procrastinate and wait until the last minute to do things. It's important to get things done as soon as possible because the longer you wait, the harder it will be to accomplish them. If you can't do it today, then you should do it tomorrow. 3. Learn to say no. If you say yes too much, then you'll burn out. You'll get sick of everything, and you'll end up doing nothing at all. But if you say no too much, then you'll never get anything done. Say no to people who ask you for favors or to things that aren't a good use of your time. 4. Be consistent. In order to be consistent, you need to have a plan. A plan means that you know what you're going to do when you're going to do it, and how long it's going to take. If you don't have a plan, then you're not being consistent. You might decide to work on your goal every day, but then you won't actually do anything. You'll just be doing it for the sake of doing it. 5. Take small steps. If you want to get anywhere, then you need to take small steps. If you try to take giant leaps, you'll fall back to the ground. Instead of trying to accomplish something big, start with something small. It's easier to get small things done than big things. In conclusion, there are many benefits to setting goals. In addition, you will be more motivated and will have something to look forward to. You should also list things you need to do and then cross them off as you complete them. Then, you should also set aside a certain amount of time every day to work on your business. You should set aside an hour or two each day to get work done. You should also take small steps. It's best to start with just one thing and work your way up to multiple things. If you don't feel like you are getting any results, you should stop what you're doing and start over. The most successful people in the world don't just wake up one day and decide that they want to be successful. They've spent years of their lives honing their skills, perfecting their craft, and building their network of connections. They know what they want, and they know how to get it. In fact, they know more about what they want than they know about what they don't want. You must learn to set goals and achieve them. Once you do that, it will be much easier for you to reach your destination. In fact, when you do achieve your goals, you will feel great, and this will motivate you to continue working towards achieving more goals. So, set goals and don't procrastinate. Procrastination is another big problem that can prevent you from accomplishing your goals. It can be hard to start, but if you can start by doing something simple like cleaning your room or taking a shower, it will make it easier to work on your bigger goals. Learn to say no and don't take on too much at one time. Take small steps and reward yourself for your hard work. Learning to say no is important. Not everyone can do everything. If you want to achieve anything in life, you have to set goals. You have to learn to say no to things that you don't want to do. If you try to do everything, you will eventually burn out. Those who are good at doing things do not waste time and energy on things that are not important. And you have to be consistent in your efforts. These 3 simple steps will help you achieve more than you ever thought possible. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to help out with my channel, here are some ways that you can do that. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video and leave a comment below telling me what you thought about it.